Give us it.
Hello, and welcome everyone to another edition of SoopSpeek. I am joined by the master of manipulation of content and mystery, Mark, aka Klman.
I manipulate all my friends to do what I want them to do. In a nice way.
And down here, he has an afro. He used to work at Mars's Cafe and hated it.
Oh, no. We're going off course now. We're going off course.
He is the man with many artistries. Sam Johnson, Big Bruh.
Big Bro.
It's me.
It's a big bro.
Mark is the master of content.
Oh yeah.
Sam used to work in Morrison's.
That's true.
That is kind of a pocket, bro. That's actually a pocket.
No, I'm
I must
just
say
like,
it.
There was no in between there. It was just.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
reffing.
I'm not here to agree, I'm not here to disagree.
And then we have directly below my jeans or joggies, whatever you want to go by. His name is AKA Callum, AKA the Slav, AKA Cedric's arch enemy until everything turned off course and content was stopped because of COVID.
Actually, lovers
Wow,
now in the
That's
canon.
true, in the canon.
He's got lovely, luscious locks.
It does.
Callum Graham.
Oh, double named.
Oh,
A name that I don't even use anymore.
Oh my God.
Use anymore.
Bro, you just dead named him.
You
on
just
the internet
dead
in
named
2021.
Lenny, bro. What are you gonna dead name Lenny?
That was possibly the most dynamic and longest intro that we've ever
Yeah.
had in this
Shall we
podcast.
open this
Welcome back,
episode
Reed.
by
Someone
discussing
animate that into some
Name
sort of anime intro, bro.
We could do that.
Yeah.
We were listening to what song were we listening to yesterday? We just realised could be really good for an anime. Classical Gas, bro. We were listening to Classical Gas last night.
That's a cool
We
guy.
were
Because
listening.
at one point it just hits.
Fucking
isn't it?
crazy.
It
Yeah.
changes.
It wasn't
changes
just.
tone.
Classical guys to be hit.
It's because it wasn't just acoustic guitar. It was like all the fucking everything in the background, bro. It was going hard, and we were
Good
saying
song.
Lenny,
I fuck with Classical
Lenny
Gas.
should be. Yeah, I fuck with Classical Gas. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's a funny bit from The Simpsons, where Lenny goes,
I mean, it's a
Classical
song
Gas."
more than it's a bit from The Simpsons, but I
Yeah,
suppose
yeah,
you're
of
alright.
course. That's where we know of Classical Gas from that particular funny thing. But here we are, epic
We're back
intro.
again.
I was kind of.
Episode 28?
It's
No?
29 now, innit?
I'm sure it's
29,
29.
bro. We're moving on up, bro.
We'll start this podcast knowing one day what number it
I
is.
know. Look, bro, if we came prepared then, it'd be too real.
It'd be
And
too.
people would expect too much from us.
It'd be too.
We keep
I mean,
it low
yeah,
and proud that
exactly.
when we're funny, it's extra funny, you know what I'm saying?
It'd be too
I
clean.
mean, to the people that click on the video, you will see the little number beside that says either 29 or 30 or
We
39
just
or
won't
whatever.
complain, really.
You'll see it in
Yeah.
that rad thumbnail and say, "Look at that, it's fucking rad."
This is becoming quite the intro.
Are we
The
still at the
intro
intro?
is
We
on, bro.
fucking have been done, bro. Oh my
We're still
God.
we're still discussing what episode number we're on. That's the
Yeah.
start of the
Yeah,
intro.
Lenny,
that's-
Lenny,
it's
what do you want to
sobbing,
discuss with today, bro?
Oh, sorry, I
Go
have
on.
nothing better to discuss.
Well,
So, I guess it's
Radio
episode
silence now.
29.
Yeah.
Look at that shiny forehead,
If
bro.
anyone
I've got-
follows Ree on Twitter, bro. Sorry about cutting you off about your shiny forehead, Lenny.
That's okay.
look at my fucking
If anyone
forehead.
follows Ree on Twitter, you'll have seen that he said he in particular came prepared this episode because he knows
Oh yeah,
that we were going to start fumbling immediately.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he came with a story to tell us.
you came to
Hey,
pick up
Rick.
the bag. Pick up the bag, Rigo. Do it.
Okay,
Save up.
so to the people that are listening into my cohorts here today. So we've all went for a casual nap during the day. It happens.
You
it
have to do
happens.
it.
Especially
Yeah,
siesta
do it.
hour, bro. That's true.
I was especially tired after my morning and afternoon of activities, so I was like, "Oh, I need a little slumber," and I must have been asleep for about 20, 25 minutes, maybe 30
Mm.
minutes.
That's the worst type of nap, bro.
It's not even a nap,
Do
bro.
you-
It's a
And
sub nap.
you'll get why it was such a short-lived nap. Now, this dream is, from what I remember, I'm making a luscious bowl of pasta.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Luscious.
I'm luscious.
I mean,
That's a
bro,
good-
if the pasta ain't luscious, don't hit me up, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Luscious.
It ain't.
I'm
If
only
it
eating
ain't al
luscious
dente and
pasta.
luscious, then honestly.
You're
Yes,
upset.
a nice pasta. It had all the veggies, all the trimmings, everything. And I then devoured, shall I say, said meal,
Inhale.
and I then passed out in my dream after eating the meal.
Oh shit, you're going into some dangerous territory there, man.
Into the next
Yes.
layer.
Jesus.
I then woke up with the most dizziest of head possible.
In real life, you woke up or in the dream?
Yeah,
In
and where are we?
the dream, I woke up in the
What
dream.
the
my
fuck
God,
is
bro.
How
happening?
did you know you woke up in the
Oh
dream
my
and you weren't
God,
in a
bro.
dream in your dream?
Damn.
This man's on a
because-
different level of thinking,
Bro,
bro.
because of the things that I seen, bro,
Oh,
it was
God.
How luscious was
And-
this pasta, bro? I sent you to a dream within a dream. It was that luscious. I can't believe it.
So I call this
Okay.
pasta the high pasta because I woke up in this dream, dizzy as fuck, didn't know
Edible
what happened.
pasta.
My hands on this desk table, and there's green goop all over the table.
No,
Oh,
goop.
Green
goop.
stains. Whatever the
Oh,
fuck.
goop, bro.
Yeah, she
Was.
gooped.
Re? Oh, he
Reese.
died for the
And
goop.
I was-
You got
No,
taken by the
mid
goop.
tail,
What's
bro.
the-
And I look
Still
down,
here, it's just,
and I see. What can I get? I can get more from a context. I see this controller.
Oh,
Oh,
there
look
you
at
go.
that. Good timing.
This controller.
just appeared.
So, am I still here?
Yeah, you're
There you
here.
go.
We got you, bro. We got
So
you.
I see this controller in half.
Nice little
Mhm.
control. Oh, it was gooping itself, bro.
And it was covering.
The gamer goop was coming out. It
goop.
was bleeding gamer goop.
It was just broken in half.
Mm.
And I was like, no. And I started going, no, please, don't be broken.
Of course, that's your life and soul.
Oh my god, no, 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 no!
Don't be broken. And like, I was sitting there and I was like, I feel high as fuck. What is going on? I feel high as fuck.
He has
Which
hell, man.
Which can only be described as when you've took an edible and you're sitting in your bed lying down and your head starts spinning and your eyes spinning. That's what I felt.
Yeah, I'm picking up exactly what you're laying down right there.
And I was sitting going, I've only ate pasta, but and I'm sitting repeating myself going, I've only ate pasta, but
Edible pasta.
and I'm sitting freaking out because I've got high off this pasta. I'm going, was it the vegetables? Was it the vegetables?
Them greens,
And
they
then-
weren't greens, man. They were
Yeah,
greens.
That's a different type of broccoli.
Mhm.
And then I get up off this chair and I look around and there's just red walls. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is this
Good
place?
The walls
a wee
will
bit-
ooze green slime.
And there's a wee like massage chair in the background. I'm like,
Oh my
where
God,
the
bro,
fuck
this
am
is
I?
getting insane.
Like, where the fuck am I in this dream?
Where are
And
you?
then I get up and I recognize a couple of I recognize my pals' voices. And I'm like, and they're partying or somewhat, or don't know what they're partaking in.
Good party,
probably
of course. Good
All
party.
this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just walking and I'm like holding onto the walls and like falling about. And I can't see. It was like my contact lenses were kind of acting up because when you sleep with contact lenses and it
Oh
goes all
God.
fading when you wake up, you're not supposed to sleep with them in.
I was going to say
So,
that. Yeah,
like-
you're definitely not meant to do that, are you?
Yeah. So then I'm walking about this gaff, like can't fucking see.
I am pasta.
I am living through this. Like this feels all real to me, and I'm like, oh no. And then
I hate dreams all
I
like
look
that.
up, and I hear a door opening. I then look, and because I can't see, I don't know who it is. And then the person goes, "You alright?"
You alright?
And I just say,
Were you?
"Nah, I'm not alright."
No, he wasn't
I'm not. I'm like, nah, I'm not alright. I need to get out of here. And then struggle. Boom! I bounce up out of the stream, sweating. Don't know what's going on. My chest all sore. My head's all sore. And I'm like, the hell was that? And then I look over and I see this in full form.
What do you
And I'm
mean?
like, shit.
Whoa, what do you mean?
So
Where
the
did you find
entire
this
crux of
info?
that entire thing was you were very,
Ah,
very
fuck.
glad that your Xbox controller didn't. It's nothing.
No. The symbol was that I knew all this didn't happen was because this wasn't in half.
That was
I
the-
see.
I mean, that was the focal
This-
point that made you know this. The green goop's okay, but the
Oh
broken
my
control
God.
was the thing that made
Yeah.
you go, this is definitely
Right.
a dream.
I just can't believe he went 2 dreams deep.
I'm
Bro,
still
I-
shocked at Two Dreams Deep. Bro,
Two
Dreams
Leonardo
Deep is the
DiCaprio refused to do that.
Mm.
He said it was too dangerous.
He made a whole
It is
film
dangerous.
about that, bro, for what for good reason.
There has to be, and see, as soon as I woke up, I instantly went, I need to write this down. So I wrote down about 3 paragraphs. Just been going,
Jesus Christ.
and I started writing down connections as to why I fucking silly
Ah,
things.
he's got the
One-
dream journal out, bro.
Yeah, I was like, one, the controller breaking was because for people that don't know who this is, Hector Rodriguez, aka Cameron Ringrose.
Oh
My
god.
mother's
can't
funny.
be. Oh,
Not a
mother.
dead name.
Not mother of
Another
Sammy.
dead name.
Now, Now, this is his controller. And a couple of days before this, he told me, "Don't break that controller. It's mine."
That one?
He said, "Yeah,
What, have you got?
that one's it." No.
It would be funny if you threw it against the wall really hard in this video, wouldn't it?
That would be pretty
Yes,
fun. I would laugh. I would
it'd be
laugh like
hilarious.
fuck at it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It'd be hilarious.
That would be
So
really
then,
fun.
that's the connection. So the controller was broken in half. That's why I was worrying, because it's not my controller, and I was told I wouldn't break it. And I said I wouldn't break it. And the goop connection.
Oh, here we go, bro. Would you see Goop in real life? I want to know about this.
The good connection was I was watching a lot of Rick and Morty that day, and and the day before, and when I woke up, that was the first thing. That was the first thing that was on my TV when I woke up. Was it paused? So I paused the episode and then went for a slumber. Yeah,
all right.
and I was like, what the fuck? And obviously the people in it, I know those people, so they're in my subconscious.
The connection that I need to have an answer to, and I'm not gonna accept anything else. Why?
Okay.
Why? He asked, was there a massage chair in the room?
I don't know.
Why? That's not good enough.
What? I mean, bro, it's a good question.
It's just not. It's just not. Good enough. I just need to know. I need to know. I need to know. Do you need a? Do you need a massage yourself? Oh God!
Well, on Earth was in the past.
The real question. I think I know the link, and this is a nice little, whatever you call it.
A tangent or a segue, perhaps?
Yeah, a segue, perhaps, because Reezy clearly was sore from working out too much because he's ripped.
Probably. He's ripped, probably.
Yeah. And now he's going to tell us his entire exercise regime.
Oh,
this is how we're going to fill out the content for an hour.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Right, so for people that watched the last podcast and heard the nice kind words I received from my good friends about how well I'm doing.
How you lifted your head off and put on another body, like that one scene in Star Wars.
He actually did lift his head in Star Wars.
Yeah, C-3PO gets his head put in a battle droid, bro, and vice versa.
Yes.
Yeah. Just kind of look.
He does kind of look like C-3PO in a battle droid.
That is a purely. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's because it's the head. The head is the exact same shape, but it's like a totally different neck. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get from.
It's like my neck's more thin and not happy.
Yeah.
It's like you've become a slender young man.
You become Slender Man. Slender Man without the tentacles and the
young buck even.
Yes. What happened is I was sitting there and I do a lot of researching, a lot of Google, which is not good for anyone usually. Watched a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of trailers online, and I went, fuck it, I'm going.
He's going.
He's going.
I am going.
And then once I'm healthy, once I get healthy and I've got a reasonable weight level, I'm going to start trying to get ripped. So in that process,
I mean, bro, fair enough.
Well put.
You gotta do it, bro. Yeah.
Good energy. I like it.
He's frozen again.
Well, he just told us his final words.
I mean, that was it. He's going.
I'm waiting.
He's gone.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get ripped.
Come back to me.
Reed disconnects. Reed comes back and he goes, "Well, guys, I'm back."
He's like he's carrying weights on his shoulders and shit just everywhere attached to him. Oh God! There he's back.
I've turned off my Wi-Fi. I'm using my 4G.
Oh, smart,
right.
Man.
Smart.
So we be doing that here as well sometimes.
And to be continued. So what I've been doing is I've been counting calories. That's my main
calorie
thing.
counting is the one. Absolutely. I've fallen off of that, but it's definitely one of the things to do.
It's not something I was doing before. What I started off was just having vegetables in at least 2 meals a day.
That's good.
In every single dish, there has to be protein. If there's no protein, it's not getting ate. That is the rule.
That's smart, bro.
Yeah, you gotta get the protein in there.
Because I get eating bread.
Get your lean meats.
This comes from a man who used to eat macaroni pie.
Macaroni pie is so fucking insane.
Protein in macaroni pie. I think you're confused. The cheese. The cheese.
Let's not forget. Lest we forget.
Me and Carl actually survived an entire year. Our only protein was cheese.
But
cheese and one chicken breast a week.
Yep, we were in the trenches, bro.
Now, the the big thing was getting over the pies. That was the struggle. Back, I'd say maybe what 6, 7, 8 months ago, something like that.
Something like that.
Pies was all I consumed. Pies and beans.
A lot of bits wrong, but
Pies, beans,
Pies,
potato
beans,
waffles. That
potato
was my
Holy Trinity, bro.
It's kind of, but it's true. It's in the food groups, bro.
There's a reason Scottish men are on average 16 stone.
Exactly.
We've been discussing this in a podcast before about just how the British diet is just fried everything.
It's like in Britain the optimal
everything.
body size is like just skinny. Like anything other than huge is a win.
Yeah, chips, bro. We call them chips down our way. Chips, not
Exactly.
fries. Chips.
But here's also the secret, not only about the calorie content and not only the protein. However, the main ingredient to not just by working out and just putting in the work, there is a protein site called
proteinworks.org.
Now, these motherfuckers.
This is not a sponsored message.
No. Or is it?
It may as well be, because these motherfuckers have just made my life such an easy little road.
This is pure ad content right now.
Elaborate, bro. Elaborate.
Yeah, elaborate. Tell us, I'm curious.
So, I was like, I'm not really the biggest fan of like usual protein shakes because they just taste like shit. But then I was like, what is this? I seen it on Facebook, seen it on Twitter. They made sure they were targeting me.
What is this magical goop?
Oh, you were getting followed by ads, bro.
Now, is it protein that you drink, or is it diet meal replacements?
Diet meal replacements. It's
because I feel like if we were drinking protein, we'd all just get huge and not a good thing, and huge just drinking protein.
So
protein's fucking
it's a diet meal replacement. It's like, I looked in the pack. It's like fucking about 24 grams of protein a serving.
Damn.
It's like 4 grams of or 4 something of fat and like 200 calories. So
wow.
There, that's one meal, 200 calories. Then if I have fucking whatever, that helps my calorie counting, because
it's good.
200
calories is good for a meal.
I done something called a calorie counter or a calculator, I think it was, and it was like you have 2,600 calories.
That's what I use on a.
Yeah, go ham. So already.
Well, just add it up until you get to the threshold, bro.
Yeah, so already I was on 2,400.
Yeah.
Then if I exercise, I can't. I then make it back.
Yeah.
And I eliminate one. My goal is to eliminate one meal, either my breakfast or my lunch, and then my dinner. That'll be where the calories come from. That'll be like that'll be like my pastas, my rices, all that shit.
Here's
the thing.
The meal thing tech.
Here's the thing,
There's
right?
a deeper secret.
Here's the thing. I am a junkie for pasta. Now,
I mean, bro, you literally were dreaming about pasta.
You dreamed about a fucking luscious pasta that tripped you the fuck out.
No one else would describe pasta as luscious, bro.
Now, my pastas are insane. Now, in the beginning, I was not measuring how much pasta I was putting in. I was just chucking fucking hundreds, and I wasn't really giving a shit.
But of course,
I would have a big bowl of pasta, and fucking like 2 chicken breasts cut into wee tiny pieces. Chuck it in that motherfucker.
That's a meal. That's
insane, bro. That is insane. That's
spinach.
Hearty.
I usually eat 1.5 chicken breasts. I don't eat a singular.
Yeah, bro. And you chuck in spinach, broccoli, fucking carrots, all the shit. Fucking throw it in there. And that was like every day. And I switched from chicken to salmon to tuna, and just keep doing it. Eat eggs.
Answer is the most important question. How do you cook pasta without cooking it for your entire postcode? How do you measure your pasta?
Well, I now measure it by just putting fucking hundreds of it in a mug and doing 2 mugs, chuck it into the pot, or just get the bowl that I use and put in
a layer.
Like, put in enough to go, but that's going to rise by this much cooked.
He's become the pasta mathematician.
Look at this tech going on, bro.
He's like, who was the guy that he he was asked by a king to figure out whether the golden crown was real gold or not, and he put it in a bath full of water, and he said, "Oh, this isn't real gold." That's how they figured out how much volume something has. That's traveled back in time to King Solomon.
Yes.
Showed him that if you drop your pasta in a bowl and then pour some, you can figure all this out. He showed them. He used maths, pasta maths.
Oh my god.
And also, people, the secret to a good pasta is pasta must be al dente, which means
preach it, fucking hell.
Which means
tell them, bro.
if you have a pasta that cooks for 11 minutes in the pot, cook it for about 9.5 minutes.
Just cook it until you can give a squeeze and it's firm, but not too firm enough to have it.
Because the more it's in the water, the harder it is to digest, which is a key factor in all that shit. If you go to bed,
It's in the books, bro.
Yeah, you've been studying.
Because if you go to bed, you've not probably digested it. You'll just keep getting more fat or whatever. But the amount of pasta I was fucking eating, I would have gained a lot more fat if I wasn't keeping it. And also, as you know, the midnight walks to Fairley.
The midnight walks to Fairley.
Midnight walks to Fairley. Where does that come from?
He's
midnight walks to Fairley.
Is
that what you?
I've heard about the midnight
Is that what
walks
you
to
do?
Fairley. Yep, he sure does.
Yeah, bro. Now, for people that know, I was a troubled little man. I need some outside world. So what I would do is I would just walk to Fairley. Wouldn't you have earphones? Just go, I want to hear the wind and I want to hear the outside world. But peaceful, I hate walks. I hate walks where I'm walking and all I can hear is cars, all I can hear is people, all I can hear is
days.
See a walk at midnight. See a walk at midnight, no one's around, all you can hear is the sound of the wind, the sound of your footsteps, all that bullshit. That is what I seek.
I do, yeah. I'm picking up what you're laying down, man. It's good vibes, midnight vibes, midnight walk vibes.
That's why 1 o'clock in the morning I'm sitting in the house and I can't sleep. I'll go, I know what will make me sleep. A fucking 10-mile walk.
Oh my god, bro. I mean, do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Or a 6 mile, 8 mile, whatever. I just go just go and do a fucking 10k walk, and then that'll be you sorted, and then beddy boys, and that's usually what happens. And then I just fucking slumber. I walk all that food off. It's not going to digest in a really nasty way because I'm walking about. Because the worst thing you can do after you've eaten is just lie about. Because it would.
What else can you do after you've eaten, bro?
Yeah, you need to let it digest. What are you talking about?
Your belly's telling you to snooze, bro. It's so weird.
Yeah, maybe we should start doing our 10Ks at midnight instead of a.
Well, I mean, it is inspired and all that, and I was thinking that, but also I've had time to think about this. Can you imagine a midnight walk in Paisley?
Yeah, that's the one disadvantage.
That's how you end up with an asshole 3 times as wide.
Strap up before we go on it, bro.
What did you say, Sam? You strap up. Sam, bro, I'm not gonna lie. You could strap up, but the fucking Paisley seagulls come at you, bro. Like, if they're gonna come at you, what man do?
Seagulls come at me, but they don't get me. No, let me draw the line in the sun there, bro. Yeah,
go on.
That's a story for later on, bro.
I mean, you can tell whatever you want. I love the seagull story. Are we still doing the healthy crash course? Sorry, is we still more to learn?
Well, I'll finish it off with a nice wee line. I'm feeling good. It's working. It's got me on a decent path in life.
I tell he's looking very, very
handsome.
I am not really I'm not drinking at all. I don't consider myself much of a drinker anymore. But when I do, I can go for it, as some people know. But I choose not to. And other things, and just being a healthy young boy and looking after my health, which is nice.
Healthy young boy.
It's good to see.
The healthy crash course by the Reed.
Proud of you.
I also.
Let's get a fucking little hand for Baby Reed, bro. Coming up in the world, bro.
Yes, sir.
and this is just in time because now. Getting back into the content, as people do know, I was up in Paisley last week or something, as it was last week.
Oh yeah, I was telling about that. Yeah, that's right. You're up here doing some.
Yes, as you know by the podcast, I was getting my just finishing off a video that we're doing. You know we're always recording people. You know we're always doing it.
We're
Finishing
getting
off-
skits out there. We've got
finishing
skits in
off,
the fucking slow cooker.
Do some finishing touches for a little video me and Jeff done a few months ago, and try to get some content out there. And it's good timing that I've reached this point in my existence that I can actually live in a happy way, because now once we get back to the content, it's all sailing, boys. It's all good.
Hey, we talked
It's
about
all
this.
good. It's all good vibes.
We all talked about this in the exact same way in the podcast last week. The good vibes cast, bro. It's good vibes, bro. We're all on the come up our own little ways, and it's very epic and sick and lit.
You gotta appreciate when life do be hitting nice, because if you only acknowledge the horrible shit that happens to you, then you're bound to be depressed.
You'll be doing it a lot, to be quite honest. Because it's
Take your
certainly
wins, bro.
it's a fucking back and forth between dubs and Fs, and there's a lot of Fs.
That's insightful, bro.
Hey man, I'm speaking for the Gen Zs out there. You know, it's the only way they're gonna understand. Like I could say,
Gamer life quotes,
it ebbs
bro.
and flows. Sometimes it flows and it can crash. But we could also put it: you get dubs and you get Fs.
Sometimes in life you pause, and sometimes in life you choke it hard, bro. But
sometimes you wake up with a big W. Sometimes you wake up with a big fat F, man. You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
And it's just the facts.
Especially if you don't feel good and you don't fucking you don't like who you fucking are and you don't feel good and mentally, you're not going to put everything into what you do on a daily basis. Like when I wake up and I feel like shit, I know, right, I'm gonna get this workout done. I'll feel great in about an hour or two.
Good attitude, man.
It's like what I put on Twitter yesterday, the day before, when I went. I think I said exercising is the
now you said
best,
something about
is the best fucking antidepressant that we have available, which is true. It's for me anyway. We're all different people. We all have our own ways of getting out of that bad rut.
Working out's definitely one, for a lot of people, because it's
for me, I've had my demons. I've been a depressed little boy. I've been going through my issues, as we all go through, many of us. But I feel like I found a healthy way to get rid of it, and to also it benefits me mentally, but also benefits me physically, and it's put me in a position where I'm not sluggish anymore. When I wake up in the morning, I feel great.
Yeah.
Back in the days where I'd wake up still pissed, or I'd wake up and I'd wake up dreading, oh no, I need to go into work. It's at like 10. I've just woke up at 8 and I'm still dizzying about, and I don't know where I am.
I know that feeling.
Nosebleeds, all that pish.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's what I don't know about.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Yes.
It was in the trenches, bro.
And
well, he had Jeff disease. I mean, clearly has one. I don't know.
Jeff disease is red nose do.
Okay.
And even I can say for people in my work have all said, you went, yeah, you've got your act together and all that. You feel better. You look better. You've came out of the other side. You're not that immature boy you once used to be. And that's when Jeff said the other day that I was going for a promotion. Indeed, I am going.
For a promotion. That's right.
Get to the money, bro.
Get that bag, bro. Get that bag.
It's not. See, the thing with the money is it's not really much more money. It's all it is.
More pennies.
It's something for the CV, and it's something. It's something so I can prove to myself that progress has been made in different avenues. Because I was a good worker when I was.
Good shit, bro.
I was a good worker, but there would be days where I'd go in and I'd just be shit because I was going through issues. I was drinking every day,
bro.
and I didn't give a shit. I'd go in and I dreaded the entire thing. But now I go in, I'm just talking to people, chatting, doing my job, getting things done, and then getting put on more shifts because I'm reliable. Back in the day, I was not reliable. It's an evolution for where I was in September of last year to where I am.
It's
July.
Pretty crazy, bro. Honestly.
Yeah. I resonate with a lot of that too, bro. I feel the same way about what I'm doing now as well. It's good for the CV and stuff like that, and it shows you're fucking working towards the stuff you want to be doing and that shit.
Whoa,
it's an excellent environment, bro, in there. It's good brainstorming sessions and all that shit.
What do you mean it's good for the CV? Spoons is a job for life, and you know that.
Well. No, for people who don't know this, it was a thing that was said during Spoon's interviews, but also.
Is that where that came from? I thought that was just someone ragging on you. I'm sorry.
No,
that's
No,
horrifying.
they said that in the fucking they say
You
that.
understand the job for life, son. You know, you gotta be.
Someone said that, and also we wrote it on the walls of Jeff's old house.
Oh yeah! Oh my god!
Not just his old house, his mother's current house.
His mother's current house. And the first ever creation station where we first founded Soop Groop, when we got wooden tables from houses and put that shit in there.
We destroyed everything in that house and threw it out the fucking window. Quite literally, without a joke.
We legit smashed up a fucking couch and destroyed it.
I remember getting sent. Yeah, we talked about
asunder and rebuilt it in our own image.
Yep. I remember getting sent that video in the chat. It was just. I think Jeff was there. Sam was there. I don't know who else was there. People were there.
I was there for some of it.
Yeah, and it was just getting destroyed, bro. I went, oh, things are happening.
And that's also good vibes, because back then we had this excitement. We all had something we could bring to help out the room in itself. The room was a big part.
It was a great coming together, bro. It was fucking.
The room was a big part of us stamping our own authority in the one zone, because I think I brought a computer table. That was kind of my contribution.
Everybody had a little bit of something.
Brought some bits and bobs and cash into it, bro.
It was a mystical energy.
And we had the evolution of Mr. Blobby, all that stuff. And then after we obviously excelled, then we went a good wee roll. You know, we're doing good content. You know, and then COVID came along and decided, "Fuck you, motherfuckers! You can't be anymore." But guess what, people? We're still doing it.
I mean, bro, we're getting to this.
Motherfucker, there he is.
He was hiding up. He was, I think, it basically, we got annexed recently from upstairs. Well, I would say recently. This is probably like maybe half a year ago or something. The time goes by really quick in this house, you know. So basically, what happened was, don't ask how this happened. It's just there. It's just, you know, he's had a few cuts.
Oh, fuck.
He had a bruise or two. You know, he's got a third eye that sees everything that ever was and everything ever will be. It doesn't matter. Either way, he was living up in the cupboard for a little while. On top in the kitchen. No.
My bedroom.
You wish. Actually, no, he was there for a couple of weeks, but we don't talk about that. It's okay.
He had my bedroom. How dare you,
Mr. Bobby? He was there. Soopman Jones, I would have to remind you, please. Thank you. That's his old name.
Yeah, he is actually a hero.
Dead name again.
Dead name, bro. Dead name. That's my dead name?
What's happening?
That's what they say.
People don't actually call me that anymore. My name is actually Olivia now, not Oliver. That was horrible. I went too far.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to go that. I thought you were about to go that wee cancellation there. You're gonna get cancelled there.
He got cancelled.
Yeah, I got cancelled.
Editor. Oh, editor.
This guy is dead named like 3 people. I'm not allowed to give an example of what dead naming is. Don't call Olivia.
It's gone. It's all gone. It's all been chunked from the episode.
Oh, it's gone.
Junk.
Here's also a good fucking segue. Here's also a good fucking segue. Cancel culture. What do I think about that?
We just saw it.
Dangerous, and we shouldn't talk about it.
You're trying to get us into some muck over there, bro. You can put Mr. Blobby away.
I'm just going to go back to biting my toenails. Hold on.
You've got going back.
Right.
I really thought he was going to start biting his toenails. How long are we into this? How has it devolved into this?
It's only been half an hour. So
how did we get here,
It's been half an hour.
Put Mr. Blobby down, bro.
He's not.
Yeah, that's why it is. That's why it's happening. It's because Soopman Jones is here.
Aye, well done. You better stop calling him Mr. Blobby right now.
He's incited. Put Soopman away, bro.
Thanks.
He's inside chaos.
Ask him. Sorry. I can't let this go. Ask him. Nothing to do with me. He's just here. He doesn't speak that tongue anymore.
He doesn't speak that tongue anymore. He forgot it, did he?
Actually, he does speak that tongue, but he actually said it wrong. He actually tried to say, Mr. Soopman Jones, can you please set this podcast out? He actually just said, "Excuse me, Meister, my teapot has been snaked by a Johnson."
My teapot has been snaked by a Johnson. Look, it's in here. I went up and there's a whole guy hanging on to
I'm just translating what he said. I'll put him down. gosh.
Put him down. Where did you set his head?
You think I've just unleashed an evil
God,
omen or something? Like, I don't know why you think. I don't know why you think. I don't know why you think like this is something bad. It's like you just what? Whatever. Curses and
I just want
shit.
to reinstate, not an opinion, but a fact that this is the greatest podcast, nay, the greatest.
It's never in doubt.
It's the greatest podcast of all time.
And the doubters just need to stop
the fact that we need to keep reminding people is just tiresome, bro. It's like, come on, do y'all not know already? It's just silly at this point.
Well,
Like he said,
I'd like
exactly.
to,
Well put,
I'd like to
delicately put.
I mean, Yog, yeah.
Yeah, Yog.
Yeah.
Carry on. Sorry, Sam.
I'd like
Please
to tell everyone about the time I got murdered by seagulls.
Oh yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. Go on.
Well,
I don't know if we brought it up in the cast before. I don't think we have. It happened a while ago. Happened a few times.
It's been happening, bro. It's been a few times. So we live in a city where the birds are absolutely ravenous.
But they don't give a fuck. They square up to you all day long.
That's what happens in the city.
Birds are horrifying. It's literally the two creatures I see in this city are seagulls and foxes.
You get pigeons.
Foxes, you know,
Pigeons
you may stereotypes. You'd think they'd be a bit more spooky. They just come up and they're nice and gentle, and they just sniff you. And then the seagulls will come down and actually try their hand at taking your life, bro.
They try to take your life, try to take your food, and perforate your eardrums all at once.
So I bring little packed lunches to my friend's house so I don't have to order a giant takeaway.
Smart.
So I don't become a sphere of a man. And then I put it in a Tupperware tub, and then I walk home at 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning is peak seagull time.
Oh yeah.
They're out there looking for food, burn scraps and shit.
Yeah, I heard of the lichen hour.
My bag smells like delicious, well-seasoned chicken. And then they start diving bombing you, bro. You'll hear the battle cry, bro. But and you see one take wing in front of you, bro. And then before you know it, you're just plodding down, and there's like 5 of them.
Yeah,
you
like
the sharks of the air, bro.
Like fucking vultures. Sharks of the air.
Yeah, like vultures, literally like vultures, bro. Except vultures are scavengers, so they wait for you to die.
They peck and dead meat. They don't. Exactly. They don't try and kill. They wait. Vultures technically have more integrity than a seagull, bro. Think of it.
It was horrifying, bro. The first day this happened, it was 4 or 5 in the morning. It was, it was a weekend, so we were off the drinks and we were off the substances, and we were walking home, and then the seagull started scooping at me, bro. And the first one went down, and I'm just like,
insatiable.
The seagulls are fighting each other, bro. That's pretty crazy. They're doing battle, and then again, whoosh, and I'm like, oh shit, it's me.
It's me.
And that's then amazing. 5 of them, bro, and they'll pull mind games on you and shit. One of them will go to the back and start pawing at you, bro, and you look around and then
try to distract you, bro. I can't believe it. That's scary.
They're really out for it, bro. And then basically I walk home with my rucksack, so it got to the point where I really had to off my back and hold it, and I'm just the only way to get them to back off is you have to stare them down, bro.
Oh yeah.
And it sounds like
Come here, so
the
bigger.
ravens of a paranoid.
He sounds insane.
I promise it's true. I promise it's true. They're swooping on me. I could feel the gushes of the wings.
You can feel the wind pressure from the fucking wings.
Literally, because they're like 2 feet birds.
They're
bro.
pretty big,
they're
yeah.
Crazy.
Their wingspan's pretty decent, yeah.
So you have to stare them down, bro. One of them will get a bit close to you, and you have to look them and walking to the side. And then amazing. It's happened multiple times. It's terrifying, but
you've not been caught lacking
if they
yet.
ever swoop down and really try me,
you'll be ready.
I'm at the point where, and I'm a pacifist, and I love animals. I will do what needs to be done.
We're aware of the fact.
Swiftly becoming enemies, not animals.
I will do what needs to be done.
As animal lovers out here, we all know when it's time to fucking kick one in the face. They have to
yeah, we're also animals, and sometimes you have to lay down your. It's like if a wolf comes over, tries to eat your dog, what are you going to do? You're going to kill the wolf, aren't you?
Kick the fuck out of that wolf, bro, and team up with the dog, and then unite, and then just eat him for dinner later.
Yeah, and then you eat your dog for dinner later, like Klman said.
Yeah, yep.
I hope someone out there has a similar story that they can relate to that.
So I don't think I've ever been savaged by animals.
I got swooped on like 3 times by a gull, but I think it was just baby season. It wasn't like...
Did not Lewis post in the chat? Our good buddy Lewis, he said that...
Friend of the channel.
Oh, the ones there are...
somebody like went and got some sort of delicious.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He got a chicken bake stolen just
You
yesterday.
got a fucking chicken bake swooped out of his goddamn
They're out
hand.
the chicken, bro.
Insanity.
Crazy.
How did they? Bro, the fucking seagulls
They know
screaming.
they smell like bird corpse in your bag, and they go.
And that's another thing, isn't it? They want bird meat.
Chickens
Yep.
eat themselves. Chickens are cannibals,
evil,
bro.
bro.
You know about that?
Evil.
Yeah.
Do you know how that
I
works?
don't like that information.
You know that chickens have to wear Elton John glasses to stop themselves from eating each other alive.
Oh dear God.
Would you like me to elaborate on that?
I mean, I'm
Yes, most certainly.
Okay,
The
so
Elton John glasses bit is the bit that's interesting me the most.
yeah, exactly.
Well,
That's how you get the people to ask. Please tell me more.
What
So-
do you mean?
Chickens, right? Basically, if they see red, you know how they say if bulls see red, they go crazy? Which isn't true, by the way. They actually go crazy because the thing's moving and it annoys the fuck
Yeah.
out of them. But chickens, if they see red, they go into a fucking frenzy and devour the thing that is coated in blood. So if a chicken nicks itself off of a fence and it starts bleeding, the other chickens will go absolutely berserk and devour the other chicken alive. As
And
a
obviously, there's
result,
blood going everywhere,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
one
so
can
it
only
makes it
assume they
worse.
devour each other after
and then they
that.
basically,
Just
yeah,
go
yeah. and then basically they just all become fucking piranhas of the ground,
Ah!
right?
Oh god,
Hence-
that's horrifying.
Hence why they are required to wear these little red tinted Elton John glasses that snip onto their little beaks and cover their eyes so that they can't see the shade of red getting
Oh, but
spilled
why
on
don't you
them.
look
So
up
they
the
chill.
chicken glasses, bro?
They're basically like two little. They're what you'd expect. They're like two little lenses and a little prong thing for their beaks, so it sticks on. It's
Yeah,
pretty fun.
Elton John glasses.
Yeah, the Elton John glasses. Like, there's no other way to say it. It's pretty chill. Pretty cool vibe. You see them?
Okay,
Yeah, Elton John
that's
glasses.
intriguing. Birds are terrifying, bro. They
Birds
literally
are. They used to be.
just the
They're dinosaurs, bro.
dinosaurs
They're
of
fucking dinosaurs.
present.
We've had this already, bro. We're watching the tier list guy, the guy who makes dinosaur tier lists and all of our animal tier
Oh,
lists.
Tier zoo.
And he talk about all the builds and
Content.
stuff, bro. And bro, they've been built. Birds take from dinosaur builds, bro. You know,
They're
it's in the
insane, bro.
code.
They're all
It's in the code. It's in
Cannibalistic
there.
demons, bro.
It's insanity. It's terrifying to think about. Because, like, bro, what's evolution gonna do next? You know what I'm saying? What if they decide to do a throwback, bro, and we get dinosaur birds pulling up and fucking
Dinosaurs
taking
too?
Dinosaurs 2,
Oh my god, bro.
walking with
I mean,
the boogaloo.
boys. I mean, boys. There's two things there. I heard tier lists and I heard throwbacks. As people know, we did do a couple of tier lists,
We've done a couple of tier lists, bro.
which were quite a success. But what tier list would we do next? But what would be ideas
We
for a good
discussed
tier
this.
list?
We discussed this actually just in the chat today, in the Soop Groop chat. Should we tell them? I mean, we're not gonna. I mean, it's
No.
yeah, fuck it.
It's clearly trying to steal our content, so I think we should keep
Tears
it close
Zoo?
to our chest.
We should
he's,
just make,
he's an agent for Tier Zoo, bro.
yeah, the next tier list we should make one exactly like Tears of, bro. The sponge.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. What was the
So,
last
so,
one?
Oh, it's content still.
so we should make a tier list on the best tier lists.
Mm.
Jesus Christ,
Mm.
bro! The
Tier list,
meta
tier
game
list,
is going
bro.
insane right now. We made that. Well, what was
Tier
the last?
list.
The last. The last tier list we made was on the back of Monster Hunter Rise, which we could update at some
Yeah.
point as well because also there's new monsters that was
There
ranking
are
the
a
best
couple
monsters.
of
and
more
stuff.
in there.
I would
There's
do
like
it,
5.
There's like
new
5.
monsters, huh?
I mean, all of them are going to be in the epic echelon. I think they're all pretty rad. So, to be quite honest, but I digress. Yeah, we kind of do a very. Sometimes it's like just just little things like general stuff. Sometimes we'll do funny power level things like the South Park Tegrity tier list. That was one that me and
Yeah,
Jeff did a little while
yeah.
ago. You
But
know,
regarding power levels, then
well, it was about Tegrity. It was. I mean,
Oh,
it's a sub level of power level, but
power,
it's
yeah,
a
different,
power.
it's a different stat, bro.
It's a different stats, different kettle of fish, but we were discussing, I don't know, we were thinking like different things like SpongeBob power level tier list and all that sort of stuff, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Who is
Oh,
the
yeah.
strongest, bro? Off the
Squidward.
bat, real quick.
Squidward
you're
Q
right.
Tentacles,
I
because
suppose
if
you're right.
anyone who has any sense has seen the final consequence of Squidward Q Tentacles, which has recently moved from the Klman channel to Klman 2, you should check out Klman 2 if you like Squidward Q Tentacles. And also film reviews, I do them over there too. You would know that Squidward Q Tentacles is basically the embodiment of the SpongeBob universe. To be quite honest, he's the focal point. He's the ouroboros, if that's the word I would say. The ouroboros of the SpongeBob timeline. Makes it into a big,
Clean.
beautiful circle, one glorious whole. He's the beginning, the middle of the end. I could get into
Squidward
it.
is the one constant in all of the SpongeBob universes.
People,
He is the beacon. He is the beacon of its
Bruh.
originality.
I'll tell you, I remember the very day, where it just all clicked in my brain, bro. it was like some. You're muted, Lenny. I don't mind telling you. I'm gonna tell you right now before we continue.
Lenny.
Like it is on the mic. I remember they also. Actually, I had a horrible shoulder cramp there when I yawned, and I had to stretch it out.
Yeah,
People, if that happens to you, it's a sign of low vitamin D. Please go to your doctors. Please continue.
Go out and absorb the sunlight. That's vitamin D in it. Vitamin D's sun in it. Yeah, I remember getting told that in school, and I went.
If you've got vitamin D deficiency, it's already too late to start taking vitamins. Please go to your doctor.
Go to your doctor, please. Please, for the love of God. Yes, 2017, I think it would have been. So a fucking while ago at this point. We were in the original place, the meeting place, the focal point of where everything happened.
The ouroboros of Soop Groop.
The ouroboros of Soop Groop, even one might say. Then we were watching some old SpongeBob, because we like to pray to our Lord and watch some old funny shows from yesteryear, like SpongeBob and the Mario Brothers series of cartoons.
Everybody likes to watch.
Nego.
Oh, yeah. And then,
it's not about going back to your roots. It's about enjoying what is just good shit.
We're just enjoying art. We're enjoying fine art. We're enjoying fine art, and that's just
nostalgia is only one part of SpongeBob because it does still be hitting different.
The original show fucking slaps this day, and it's fucking a certified classic.
I'm having an ADD nightmare. I can't sit today.
Sorry, just throw yourself back and let the back of the chair envelop your back, bro. And so you gotta do, let it envelop, sit back and relax, right? We'll get right. So basically, he doesn't even need a chair. He just lays back, bro. He goes. He's got the gamer pillow, bro.
Can it do this?
Gamer pillow.
Yes, sir. But
I love the gamer pillow.
I think we were watching
one. I'm a gamer.
He's a gamer, mom. He's a gamer. Are you proud of me, mom? So,
Mommy, I want to be a gamer when I grow up.
You already are. You already are, son. You already are, son.
I'm a gamer.
You were certainly dreaming about gaming.
Yeah, it's true.
Or having a nightmare, rather, about
a gaming nightmare. Some might say.
I had a dream about getting high off a bowl of pasta and thinking I was an LSD, but yeah.
LSD grief, pasta,
bro.
I wouldn't
this
say.
This episode's been quite alright, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, it's a good smorgasbord of things. That's what you want.
They always be.
Again, the natural flow of conversation is a beautiful thing, and that's what we're all about. We're not sterile. We're not sterile, is what we're not. Right?
As a good friend of Soop Groop, Joe Rogan would say, have you tried
DM?
I think buddy's a bit too much of a word. I would say
he actually takes me, Carl, and Ree to the gym.
Does he really?
He's a personal trainer.
Are we that close to that guy now?
We've been training with, bro.
We that close to that guy now?
I mean, bro,
we letting him in.
I don't know if we're letting him in.
He's getting his feet under the table, bro. You gotta watch out. You know? He'll be asking to come up soon. What do we do?
I mean, I'm not afraid to say one of my influences in life right now is Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah, Joe Rogan's a great guy, and he's a great man, good content creator. His podcast.
His
podcast though.
He's got a shit podcast. But he's a good podcast. It's a shit podcast. Yeah.
Despite his podcast being, and maybe in the top 5 best, because we're obviously the top 1, it is something I like to. It's something I like to watch during my workouts. So I applaud Mr. Rogan, and I applaud his styling guests. I don't know if you have heard the podcast, the 2 podcasts I think there is up of him and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's pretty good.
They are the most inspirational things I've ever watched. Kevin Hart is a god. I will not take it any other way. He's a wonderful
man.
I mean, Kevin Hart began to the money, bro.
Yeah, he began the bag. I've certainly heard in person in the cast and stuff. He's quite an insightful man and shit.
Kevin Hart.
You have to be, bro. Yeah, I'm sure, bro.
I can't say much for his comedic style, but you know, I can respect him as an individual and all that.
But little,
Clum, give both podcasts with Kevin Hart a watch. They are very insightful.
I'll give it a watch. I only know Kevin Hart as being not very funny.
Yeah, I do also. I mean, I certainly don't like his films, but he's a person, you know.
He's certainly a not very funny rich man, though. So.
Yeah, he's got the bag. He's making the money for being small and making jokes with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and all that sort of stuff. So you got.
He's
just
just like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, bro.
Is Kevin Hart the one that did Saw?
Nah, it was Chris Rock.
Lenny,
sorry, Chris Rock and Kevin Hart, but you are 2 small, funny black men.
Chris Rock is a regular size.
Isn't he like
regular size? There is no way Chris Rock is regular size.
He's definitely like in the middle echelons of 5 foot.
He's pretty regular.
He's even standing there.
Kevin Hart's small. He's tiny. He's a little boy. In comparison to Chris Rock, fucking Spiral, bro. I did a review on that channel, which you mentioned earlier, so take a look at it if you want to see if you watch Spiral. You should watch Spiral. It's not a very good film.
That's touchy.
What are we talking about?
He's taller than him. He's taller
Yeah,
than
of
him.
course.
Only by a
He's
head.
taller
Though.
than him,
Only
bro.
by a head. Only by a head. So
Pedantics, bro.
I was saying, I was talking about fucking the flat and talking about
Let's go.
SB129, whatnot. Yeah, so we basically were watching SB129, which is one of the greatest episodes of the entire series because the first season just be hitting different. However,
Yeah.
it also holds a forbidden hidden secret that no one could see unless they were on. It was a certain time of day. The moon was at a certain axis in the sky, and you were on a certain level of being high, which I was. And
we
then,
were going to say that in a more delicate manner.
Frankly,
sorry, if you're at a certain level of being face to face with the Lord Savior Jesus Christ, which I was that day. And then I got up out of my fucking couch, and then I went, bruh, don't all of you see that Squidward Tentacles is the middle of all of this? He's the middle of the show. He's the be-all, end-all. He is the show. And I went off for about half a fucking hour about all the implications, how all the SpongeBob characters are all machinations of Squidward's mind, and they're all different aspects of his persona that he hates and despises the most. And the reason why he suffers so badly is because it's self-imposed. He lives in between these two little idiots on Con Street, bruh.
some might say he lives alone.
Some might say that he is all alone, but then again, you know, I could get into this whole thing, but I'm not gonna do it because, like,
I mean, bro, I've just got one question to ask you, bro,
you can ask me a question.
and I want you to take your time thinking about it.
I'll take my time thinking about it.
If Squidward is at the center, the nucleus of the SpongeBob universe,
Oh, I know what you're gonna ask me already.
how come he didn't get the spin-off, Klman?
Oh shit!
No.
I knew you were gonna ask me, but I didn't think you were gonna ask me in such a way. I thought you were just
That's
gonna
like,
actually.
that's like
explain
saying, how come the Bible is all about Jesus Christ and not God?
this. Well, you asked me.
They are all one and the same.
Hey, that's
Patrick is just part of Squidward's psyche.
It's just from Patrick's perspective.
It does
but it's
feel
all
like- yeah.
in Squidward's head, bro.
It does feel like to me.
Good lord.
You know, Squidward can't have his own show because he is the show. You see,
Nice
it's
answer.
so well-
Very nice answer. Very nice answer.
it's all well and good to have the Squidward Tentacle show, but like it wouldn't really come into it anyway, simply because he is the nucleus, as you say,
Who
Sam,
tied into
of the
all.
Sponge. He is the show. He is the embodiment, the epitome. All of the seasons and all the episodes are built upon him. Remember, we've discussed.
So what does that mean, bro?
Well,
for
we
the
said
Patrick Star, the superior spin-off
Oh, okay.
show?
Oh, bro, I'm getting the whiteboard out, bro. Fucking follow along as I
The
draw.
whiteboard is out.
SB129, remember, as we discussed, is technically the final episode of the SpongeBob series, right?
Technically, do you want to explain that technicality for the
okay.
people who might not know?
So we're getting to the technical. So basically, if you remember, Squidward goes back in time in the episode SB129 to get
Yes.
away from
The one where everything is chrome.
the one where everything becomes chrome in the future, and he goes back in time, and then he ends up in the nowhere place, which also apparently is the home of the Doodle Dimension. But that's another tangent of which we can just cover
Oh my
in a
God,
future
bro.
installment of the SpongeBob Implication Hour, perhaps.
I will be on that.
You'll be there, right? So basically, everything's nothing, right? So we can assume, well, we can't even assume, we can know for a fact that he basically just wiped out all of existence, and it's only him left completely all alone. However, now let's remember he can't stand the loneliness anymore, so he decides to make it all again. Which basically means that he is the start of creation as well as the end. He's the beginning and the end. He is the alpha and the omega of the SpongeBob
Oh my
series.
God, bro.
Because
it's
I'm not
fucking
forgetting, it's
foolproof,
all
bro.
in here, bro. It's not gone. It's too important to get rid of. All right. So basically, we can think about it like this. We can. It looks like he may have destroyed everything and started it again, but it's not true. He's the end of time and the beginning of time. How do we know this? Because when he goes back, it said he is the inventor of jellyfishing, which happened in
my
the
God.
beginning of time.
I forgot.
He
Yeah,
invented
back
jellyfishing in the
caveman
Stone
days,
Age
bro.
when Sponge began to walk. Therefore, he is the beginning and the
He
end.
literally taught Sponge's
Okay.
ancestor how to jellyfish, so he put it in his blood.
He
bro.
put it in his
put it
blood.
in his
He was
blood,
the
bro.
originator of the soul activity which causes him torment. If you would like to debate
Squidward
me,
came
try
down and
me.
injected lower hominids with his own DNA and created modern fucking humans.
And the Patrick Star Show, let's fucking get into the Patrick Star Show
Oh
while we're
my
at
God.
it. The Patrick Star
No,
Show
no.
is
The
merely
Patrick Star Show.
is merely emerging intelligence within Squidward's own personal timeline. Of course, the show's called SpongeBob SquarePants, but we can obviously debunk that because it is this. Is Squidward built SpongeBob, bruh? He gave him the show. He gave him life, bruh.
SpongeBob perspective, but it's in Squidward's
But it's in
universe.
Squidward's universe. However, the
From
Patrick Star
SpongeBob
Show.
perspective, probably because Squidward has too much anxiety.
Oh,
and
yeah,
doesn't want to be the
exactly.
focal point.
Squidward
He does-
put it onto SpongeBob perspective. He made
get away
SpongeBob
from
to
him.
be
He made SpongeBob
the
to
main
be-
character.
Exactly. This is all foolproof. I'm gonna fucking blow your minds in a minute.
Please
Wait
write
a minute.
thesis on this
You've
shit.
I've done
already
it.
blown my mind, Klman.
It's-
You've already done so.
I've wrote a thesis. It's called The Final Consequence of Squidward, who tentacles his unclothed.
Please, everyone, please watch the final.
But I'm about to
Consequences
blow your
of
fucking
Squidward
minds
Tentacles.
even further. So,
Well, do it to
Oh,
me.
the
Dear
Patrick Star
Christ.
Show is emerging intelligence. It is one of the actors in Squidward's play that is realizing, who's self-realizing that he is within a realm not of his own making. Therefore, he had to take it upon himself to give him his own show, his own existence, out with of Squidward's own grasp. However, how fucking ever, it seems out of nowhere that Patrick Star now has a little sister who is called Squidina Star because the squid
no.
still has a fucking grasp
Are you
of his
saying
reality,
she is
bro.
a mere part of the squid, bro? She is the
She
eyes
has
of
never
the squid.
existed in SpongeBob's canon before. His sister was Big Sister Sam, the big massive
Oh
tank
my
woman. Squidward
fucking
got an
God.
inkling that Patrick Star knows what's going on. He knows that the Patrick Star Show exists. He knows that he's trying to escape.
It's a
Therefore,
WandaVision
You
shit,
think
bro.
It's not
Patrick
done.
is a threat to Squidward?
yeah, of course it's a threat because he knows
Surely
what's going
not.
on. He's going to break free and become his own entity. He's going to make his own nucleus and his own realm surrounding himself. So,
Patrick
he
Star
wiped
Show.
out... Squidward wiped Big Sister Sam from the canon, from the timeline. He's gone, and he
Oh my
replaced
God.
him with a
This
fucking
is some
plant. He replaced...
strange shit.
He replaced
It's-
Big Sister Sam.
You can only assume that he
Oh.
replaced her because she was the one that taught Patrick how to be strong-willed. So now he's giving her a little sister who didn't teach him those things.
It was
The little
Agatha
sister
all
is a
along.
fucking
It was-
entity of
it
the
was
squid, bro.
Squidina
She's a
all
lord.
along.
Yes.
She's
And-
a pawn.
Go on.
Camera even.
Go on,
Yeah,
Ree.
bro.
Go on, Ree. Ask your question.
Is Squidward going to be in Doctor Strange?
Yes, he is Doctor Strange, bro.
Multiverse
The
of
multiverse of
Madness,
madness is
yeah.
gonna be. He's gonna go for all the realms, and
Oh,
SB129
Christ.
is gonna be there, and it's gonna be a massive intergalactic battle between Squidina Star and Squidward because Squidina is gonna rise from his controlling his tentacles, bro, and she's gonna burst into new life or something. I don't fucking know. This is just stuff that
Literally,
may
too
happen.
much. He put too much Patrick and too much Squidward in there.
Mhm.
Some Ralph
Mhm.
Booner situation.
I'm just right. That's it. I fucking blew your
Quick,
skull
quick,
open with that
quick.
number.
Mark, I have a goal for you, right?
Right.
With all your powers.
Just go because I'm
You
sweating
should
like a fucking pig now.
Do you have all those movie posters where it's like fucking, it's like Doctor Strange holding a thing up, all these different things, and they're all holding things like this.
Oh,
You should get Squidward with his fucking tentacles and all these fucking things around him, and then the SpongeBob things in the background, and just him with this fucking zoom, and he gets the fucking stones and all that fish.
Give Squidward the fucking Infinity Gauntlet on the thumbnail, bro.
If you are a watcher of Soop
Wait a second here. Does that mean that Squidward also created the secret Krabby Patty formula?
Oh, bro, of course it does.
yes, it does mean that because obviously if he's
He invented
if
the
he's the
inventor
nucleus,
of
he
the Krabby
invented
Patty formula.
everything. He invented jellyfishing, bro. He when Sponge learned to walk. I
bet
say it
you-
again. However, it also makes
Sponge
sense
learned
to
to
me
walk.
because in that scene we see the first evolution of the Mr. Krabs genus, which is little crabs that run around saying money, 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 and they all get killed by Squidward's own freaking foot. Okay? So it basically means if those little crabs were left to their own devices, yes, naturally speaking, they would have been the ones to create the Krabby Patty secret formula. But with Squidward's intervention completely wiping out their evolutionary path, he was the one who set the path to the Krabby Patty formula, not them. So it's just him, bro. It's him again. It's him once again. In the middle of
Wonder
all,
if the
in the middle of
if the
everything.
Krabby Patty recipe just says "Ask Squidward" on it.
Ah, Squid, bro. It says that. Yeah, right.
That would be insane.
It says specifically at the very bottom, ask Mr. Squidward, bro.
Ask Mr. Squidward.
Note to self, ask Mr. Squidward.
I don't know how we could top it after that.
Yeah, I think that's
conspiracy, bro. I really think like everyone, us and the viewers included, is just gonna need to go and take some time to process what we've just not heard, but just.
I know Mr. Coleman is done because as I see him slightly meditating / decomposing, he's decomposing and also meditating at the same time.
It looks more like decomposing to me, bro. He's gone.
Yeah, he's
I know a Klman decomposing when I see it. We have to wait until he regenerates.
Energy. Well, I feel like he'll regenerate his energy next week.
I think
he will
watching everyone. This may have been the most insightful episode of all time. We have just broke down one of the most beloved shows, and it's, superior spin-off show. Let us know your thoughts on the SpongeBob conspiracy in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe if you fuck with the content. I've been Sammy. I've got Lenny. We've got Reezy. And we've got Klman, but he appears to be decomposing. Don't watch the final consequence of Squidward Tentacles. We'll see you next week.
Say this on the podcast.
Lenny is a blood. So any scripts in the area, I'll give you his address. Hit me up.